This was Pierre Laval in the days when France was under German domination. With Otto Abetz and other Nazi officials, Laval collaborated to the fullest. But today, justice has been served. At sunrise, a firing squad files into the prison where Laval is held. An empty hearse arrives. In the enclosed courtyard of the prison, Laval is led to face his executioners. A traitor is dead. Pierre Laval now lies in an unhonored cemetery with his fellow criminals against mankind. Arriving via Yokohama at the Omori prisoner of war camp, which once housed Allied captives, are Japanese leaders charged with aggression and war crimes. The 8th Army's General Byers and Lieutenant Colonel Selby, commandant at Omori, now have these notorious Japanese in their custody. Admiral Shigetora Shimada of the Pearl Harbor Cabinet. General Kenji Doihara, commander of the 1st Japanese Army. Shigemori Kuroda, commander of the Philippines in 1943. General Masaharu Homa, to whom Wainwright surrendered on Corregidor and who must bear responsibility for the infamous Death March. Colonel Kingoro Hashimoto, Black Dragon terrorist. These men will not escape justice. In the Philippines, an eminent member of their gang is already on trial. Tomoyuki Yamashita, general of the Imperial Japanese Army. He goes before an American military commission headed by General R.B. Reynolds. Yamashita, with his American and Japanese defense counselors, hears the documented charges. He is accused of brutal atrocities against soldiers and civilians alike. Standing before the commission, he is asked how he pleads. His answer is not guilty, but testimony in subsequent days is horrifying. Yamashita, Tiger of Malaya, despoiler of Manila, faces Allied justice. The United States Great Meeting of Labor and Management gets underway. Representing labor, Philip Murray, head of the Congress of Industrial Organizations. William Green, leader of the American Federation of Labor. John L. Lewis, United Mine Workers of America. Management is well represented at the conference. Eric Johnston of the Chamber of Commerce and Charles Wilson of General Motors. President Harry Truman opens the meeting.
On this conference have been based many high hopes of the American people. Their eyes are turned here in the expectation that you will furnish a broad and permanent foundation for industrial peace and progress. This is your opportunity to prove that you can come to understanding and agreement without political or government pressure. The whole world now needs the produce of our mills and factories. Everything stands ready and primed for a great future.
At Fort Robinson, Nebraska, there's an honorable discharge for the American Army's famous horses and mules. 30,000 of them are on sale to the public. Broken as draft, pack, or riding animals, they're kept in constant training and condition for their future private owners. Teeth are checked regularly. For identification in the roundups, all animals are tattooed inside their lower lips, a painless substitute for the branding iron. Now the drive from summer pastures to winter feeding grounds. The four-footed hero of other wars passes from the scene of modern mechanized battle to America's farms and plains. Roundup for final final sale as surplus property of the United States government, and journey's end for the pride of the old cavalry. British ships once more dot the harbor of Hong Kong, great port off the coast of China. In the city, little damage during 4 years in enemy hands, English soldiers ferret out the last Japanese. There's work to be done in Hong Kong. Under Royal Navy guards, the Japanese clean out their own quarters, so foul they threatened an epidemic. The last remnants of Japanese control go on the bonfire. Soldiers of Nippon are herded to prison camps. Hong Kong resumes its 100-year-old role as a British Crown colony. At Tientsin, China, 1 million Chinese gather from early dawn to late at night to welcome the first United States Marines into the city. From their landing ships on the Pai River, the Marines get the warmest of greetings from an old ally against the Japanese. The citizens of Tientsin give presents of native fruit to the Americans. In return, the Yanks throw out cigarettes. There's a strong bond of friendship between China's people and the United States Marines. Allied air power almost completely destroyed Japan's mint. But now Japanese women pull from underground vaults the treasure of their defeated nation. $250 million in gold, silver, and platinum. Japan's Army and Navy, after 1937, never had to account to anyone for their expenditures. Under Allied supervision, their funds will not again finance aggression or conquest. Harbor of Kure, formerly the Japanese Navy's principal base, Japan's wrecked fleet now lies helpless. The inland sea was no refuge against Allied carrier-based planes. After the disastrous Battle of the Philippine Sea, the Japanese Navy, once the world's third largest, had virtually ceased to exist. 8 battleships, 15 carriers, 14 heavy cruisers, and numerous smaller craft, all were destroyed. A dream of conquest has reached its end.